More than $2.1 million in extra money for Hamilton Police thanks to a 2020 budget surplus.
You're never going to budget to the penny. There's always going to be a bit of a variance because things are unpredictable.
Police Chief Administrative Officer Anna Felice was expecting a surplus of $1.6 million, but more than $500,000 in COVID relief funding from the province jumped it up. She says the surplus is a result of lower than expected sick leave payouts thanks to far fewer officers retiring in 2020, unspent training dollars, and savings in fuel, utilities, materials, and supplies.
Because of COVID, we were unable to gather in rooms and do a lot of our training, and so a lot of it was canceled or delayed.
The surplus comes amid continued calls to defund police departments across the continent, including here in Hamilton, and divert the money to social services and housing. Back in September, the Police Service Board voted against cutting the service's budget by 20%.
All police surpluses moving forward should be reinvested into community. There's a whole slew of things that 2.1 million could do.
Today at its meeting, the board approved a plan to divide the money between several reserve funds and spend some on a diesel fuel tank and an ice rescue hovercraft.
We don't have any funding mechanism for our reserves, so you'll notice a lot of the surplus is directed back to reserve.
A year-end use of force report was also presented. It found the number of times an officer pointed a firearm at someone went up from 128 in 2019 to 185 in 2020. The report also found police drew a handgun 42 times in 2020 compared to 29 times in 2019. Police say the higher numbers are partly because of a 170% rise in the number of guns recovered, meaning officers are likely pulling their guns more because
we've responded to more situations where individuals actually were armed with weapons. It's a significant increase.
The total number of use of force incidents was 431, the highest number over the last decade. Matt Ingram, CHCH News, Hamilton.